Hello everyone, welcome to video 3. As you can see, I have chicken. A chicken made it into the video, which is great. We'll see how long this lasts, but currently my lap is covered in mealworms and chicken corn. But she's happy. And I've also made it into the summer house, the said summer house which was moved from one end of the garden to the other. So I've achieved both those things, which I didn't manage in the last 2 videos. I hope everyone's all right. Still got their head above water. What are we now? Week 4 lockdown? Week 4? I think that's what it is. And I hope you had a good Easter. You did, didn't you? I'm all right. I took the risky move of allowing my husband near the clippers, well, with the clippers near my hair. Don't think it's too bad. It's a little bit Elvis P. It's a little bit Shawshank Redemption at the back, but I won't show you that bit. But I'm not unhappy with it. That's all right. I feel a bit smarter, which is good. I was starting to feel a little bit untidy, so that's the main thing. I started planning this video in my head, and then I realised that actually this one was going to be less about remote working and more about just living this lockdown with work put to one side. I think, you know, we've covered a bit with work, and you know, we're up and down with work and tech and everything. We're learning to live with it, but actually living the lockdown is different again. So this one's going to be a bit more about the impact that this is all having on my life and the people in my family. I think it's fair to say that I'm settling into working from home, like I said. What is making me feel more unsettled is the impact of the lack of socialisation that this whole thing is having on me and my family, and especially my kids. It's and their emotional well-being, and so it's a worry for me. What have you seen? Scarlett hates it. She's a 13-year-old. She hates it. FaceTime is not the same, and sometimes she hasn't even got the motivation to FaceTime. And she was, you know, her routine's still okay, but she's still she's losing motivation a little bit to do exercise and be proactive and find things to do. And so I'm having to sort of encourage her more, I think, you know, as the weeks tick by. She's sort of losing momentum of the whole thing. And Hazel is sort of seeming fine during the day, but in the evening we're having some monumental meltdowns, which is really hard. It's quite draining for everybody, particularly her. And that's to see that her sort of that loss of control, that frustration, is really, really hard. And so, you know, questions like, why are we doing this, Mummy? Why can't I see my friends? Why can't I go to school? I've had enough. I don't understand. So I end up telling her more about what's in the news, which I was trying to avoid because I didn't want to frighten her. She's sensitive. But that's just how it is. I think in this instance, it's actually easier for me to give her the truth and deal with that than try and just pretend very little is happening outside in the big wide world, which of course it is. So it's a huge balancing act. And now with Hazel's evenings, you know, they involve very strict routine and lavender baths and audio books and jigsaw puzzles and just switching off gradually in order to sort of get her to calm down and get a good night's sleep. 3 weeks is a long time. Well, yeah, 3 full weeks. We're in our 4th week now. Is a long time in a 9-year-old's life. A lot happens in that time, and so 3 weeks is a long time to be having to have to be doing this, living like this. So it does, you know, make you realise that the younger ones are finding it hard as well. It's not just a case of them running off and playing. I've still been getting emails from colleagues, which is really nice. Again, a real mixed picture out there. And I've had some emails from some wider sort of CCG colleagues that I've never met before. So that's nice that the videos that I'm making are having an impact on the wider college community. So they're reaching a bit further, which I'm really, really pleased about. So what am I still struggling with personally? Well, the tech, we'll gloss over that. It's always the tech. We don't need to keep talking about the tech. I just need to accept that it's not ideal. What else am I still struggling with? I am struggling emotionally some days, I think, still. And added to that, I don't accept help well. I never do. I'm a real bloody minded person sometimes. So admitting that I need a bit of emotional support doesn't come easy to me, but I think, you know, if I did that more, I'd make life easier for myself. So yeah, that's still a bit of a struggle. And sleep, I'm not sleeping well at all. I don't think I've had a full night's sleep since lockdown, since we started this whole thing. And so sometimes I feel a bit foggy-headed. You know, that can affect your mood and your productivity and your ability to focus and work. But I suppose it's a mixture of worry and stress, and the unknown, not knowing what is going to be in the news the next day. The effects that this whole, you know, knowing that there is so much going on out there, and that that more numbers every day, more of a sort of a death count, which is awful. Does play on your mind, and the reality of it sort of hits home every time you put the news on, and I think that plays on my mind quite a lot. I know. So sleep's an issue. I'll tell you one real low moment I had was a day that I just couldn't face cooking for the family. So I fed the family on 2 boxes of Tesco buffet selection and half a Viennetta that I dragged from the back of the freezer. We ate, and that was as good as it got, and actually it was fine. But I think that was a particular low moment for me. We've all had them. I'm sure we've all had them. But every day is not like that. Of course it's not, but I'd be foolish to sit here and say that I cooked a fresh meal every day for the family. No. Hello. I know, you want to tell the others that there's seed here, don't you? So I think I'll end this video on what's going well. I'm really being inspired by others. There's lots of good stuff going on out there. Turns out, I should have mentioned this in the second video, we have a colleague who has turned her conservatory into a pub. And at 6 o'clock in the evening, everybody in the house stops what they're doing for a G&T. That is a stroke of genius, and very inspiring. Yes, I have quite a nice selection of gin here at home, and I do enjoy gin and tonic, particularly on an evening like this. Lovely. I'm doing more art. Actually, I watched a programme, what was it called? It was a landscape painting competition, and lo and behold, I ended up watching one of our very own art teachers on the telly. That was amazing. That was really good. You know, suddenly look at the telly and I said, Glenn, look. What? It's Vanessa. Anyway, I was thrilled to bits to see it, actually. Absolutely thrilled to bits. And it really got me inspired, because I do like art. So I've been doing some printing. I've printed a tree stump on a piece of paper. I don't know if you can see it behind the chicken's tail. So I've been doing that. So just seeing what other people are doing to make themselves feel good inspires me, which keeps me going. So I've really got to focus on doing more of that. And another thing that is good is that as a family, we're helping others with food. We're really fortunate. We've got plenty, and and we're able to share what we've got with other people who have had to admit that they are struggling, and so we are happy just to leave stuff outside their door and be gone and just let them get on with it. And it makes us feel good, and it helps them as well. And with these chickens here, we've got more than enough eggs to share, and it's how it should be at the moment. So that's it from us, I think, today. I'm glad I got a chicken in. This is I can't remember what the chicken's name is. Anyway, you're happy, aren't you?